Give it up for Debra. Yama, everybody give up Debra. Put your hands together for her.
No one's ever called me that before. My name is Debra Tammer. Tammer, it's fine. As you can tell, I'm English. But I love living in New York. I mean, you've got things here which we just don't have in England. For example, the other day I was trying a dress on, and when I came out of the dressing room, another customer comes up to me and says, "It doesn't suit you!" We don't have that in England. Also, weed is legal here, which has been mentioned already, and yeah, it's great. It's not legal in England, it's legal here. And when we first moved to New York, I was walking my little daughter to school, and she looked at me and she said, "Mummy, why do the streets of New York smell like Daddy?" I got into a yellow cab the other day, very New York experience. And he heard my voice, and he said, "Where are you from? You sound British." And I'm like, yep, I'm British. "You destroyed my country." I'm sorry, what country was that? "Palestine." And I'm thinking, wait till he finds out I'm a Jew. We then go on to have quite a nice conversation. His name is Mohammed, the Brits fucked up his country, etc., etc. And then he says, "But you know who are the worst?" And I'm thinking, oh shit, the worst are the Jews. And I'm thinking, I am never gonna make my facial. Then he says to me, "Tell me, what is your name?" So I say, it's Debra. Isn't it cool? Very nice name. So now I'm starting to feel a bit encouraged, you know, peace in the Middle East. So I said, well, actually, if you want to know, my full name is actually Deborah Yetta, which is both Hebrew and Yiddish. Let's just stick to Debra, please. So my mother, she still lives in England, which means we have a very strong texting relationship. But she hasn't quite got the hang of it yet, you know, the whole sort of brevity thing seems to be eluding her. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit of the crap I have to put up with. Here we are, right. Hope you're enjoying your food there. You haven't got any, you're the ones with the food. I'm blinded here. Right, so for example, I text, "Mother, no reason for alarm, but Alice," that's my youngest, "fell and broke her wrist. She's fine and on the mend." She replies, "I'm so grateful for your advice not to be alarmed." When it comes to the health and well-being of Alice, even the slightest setback would be alarming to me. And it's not just Alice I worry about. I harbour anxiety about all my grandchildren. How did Alice fall and break her wrist in the first place? Don't tell me you ignored my advice and got her a skateboard for her birthday. This news has reminded me of when Ruby, that's my eldest, fell off her pogo stick. I told your father at the time that the pogo stick was a bad idea. You know, Auntie Mavis used to be a radiologist and was wondering what bone Alice broke. Was it the scaphoid or was it the distal radius? I only ask because Mavis says that if it is in fact the scaphoid, then it takes excessively longer to heal. I'm so pleased that Alice is fine. From the moment she was born, I felt that she was a very positive child. So glad she's on the road to recovery. On to another subject. In your last text to me, you wrote, "We're going out for dinner tonight. Love, Debra." I couldn't help but notice that there was no period after the word dinner. I've noticed this is the case in your texts more often than not. mention this because I know you share my great respect for proper punctuation. All my love, Mum. I wrote back, thanks. Period. So I don't know if I mentioned I've got 3 daughters, and yeah, I should be more stressed really. Have you got kids? Yeah? Kids! Wow. Contraception next time. So I want to be a nice mum, so I took them to see the musical 6. I don't know if you've heard about it. Yeah, it's about, for those of you who don't know because you look about 12, it's about Henry VIII and his 6 wives. And so I'm thinking, you know, this will be educational. And it was, but not in the way I thought it would be. Because Anne Boleyn comes on stage and she sings, I lost my head, but I gave good head. And I'm like, huh? And my little Alice says, Mummy, what does that mean? It's an old-fashioned way of giving a kiss. In the clear. Next day, in school, in the playground, in full view of everyone. She goes, bye, Mummy, I love you. And that was a Jewish school that we were then thrown out of. You've been great. My name's Debra Tammer. Thank you so much.
One more time for Debra Tammer, everybody.